Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at Lockdown Security coming to you today, Friday, June 13th, 2025. And an interesting article came across the news today out of Vaughan, Ontario, close to our shop in Markham, Ontario. And I got it up on my upper screen, which is why I'm looking up above. And I'm just going to go through this with you because it's pretty crazy to hear about this type of stuff happening. And this is not becoming a daily occurrence, but I would say almost weekly we're hearing reports of things like this. But this one's very interesting because of what happened. So let me just make the screen a little bit bigger and let's discuss essentially what this article is about. So basically, over the past day or so, yesterday, a man is accused of opening fire on thieves trying to steal his Lamborghini in Vaughan. So this is the man's home. It's a rental home. You can see it looks like he's got a Range Rover and this beautiful white Lamborghini Aventador that was sitting in his driveway outside of the garage. And essentially, a group of 4 thieves, it was either 4 or 5, came to the home last night, tried to steal it. Homeowner happened to have a gun, came out, and basically popped off a couple of shots on the thieves. I don't think any of the thieves were hit. Now, I have to say, unfortunately they weren't hit, but, at the end of the day, what makes this article interesting is that I guarantee you the homeowner for shooting at the thieves is going to do more jail time in Ontario, Canada than the thieves themselves. Now, here's the thing. I'm not here on video telling you to go out and buy a gun and shoot anybody. I'm not a big believer in guns myself. And, as much as I think everybody should have the right to bear arms, I'm not advocating for anybody to get shot here. I wish that there was no car theft and there was no issues in the city of Toronto and throughout North America with car theft, but it is what it is. And here we are finding ourselves in this situation. And I run Lockdown Security and I provide basically car security and anti-theft solutions, which I'll get to a little bit later in this video after I go through it. So basically, as car thieves tried to steal a Lamborghini from the driveway of a Vaughan home, a resident allegedly came outside and fired shots at them. York Regional Police say officers responded to a 911 call for a theft of a vehicle in progress at a home on Pine Heights Drive and Pine Valley Drive just south of Teston Road shortly after 4 a.m. So basically in the middle of the night. While our call taker was on the phone with our complainant, there were sounds of gunshots in the background. When officers arrived, they arrested 4 suspects, 3 adults and a youth, who allegedly showed up at a home in a car that they had stolen. Oh, yes, that's convenient. Not only did they try to steal the Lamborghini, but they showed up to the home in a Honda Accord that was also stolen. So they go on to name the alleged thieves, although there was a young offender, so one of them cannot be named. And then they continue the article by essentially stating the following. They said... The resident, a 35-year-old man, is charged with discharge of a firearm, possession of a weapon for dangerous purpose, careless storage of a firearm, and unauthorized possession of a prohibited, restricted weapon. Once again, we're seeing cases where individuals released on bail are involved in serious crimes within our communities. To ensure public safety and protect our officers, we need a bail system that effectively addresses repeat violent offenders while maintaining public confidence. With that being said, I think they're directing this statement to the thieves. I'm not sure if the homeowner is part of this, but when you look at what the homeowner was charged with, these are quite serious charges, and anybody facing these is going to have a risk of going to jail for committing these acts. And I guarantee you that if the thieves were out on bail, even for this crime that they've committed, they're going to get released on bail and they're probably not going to serve a day in jail. But the homeowner with these types of charges is almost guaranteed to probably serve some time in jail for this. And even if he or she doesn't, not she, even if he doesn't serve time in jail for these charges, imagine this. Just for the simple act of somebody coming to try to steal his beautiful Lamborghini, he is going to have a criminal record following him for the rest of his life, regardless of whether or not this person had a criminal record previously. Whether he did or not doesn't matter. Now, being charged with these offenses, he's going to have a criminal record if he is convicted. Not only that, but in Canada, even being charged with an offense is a big problem that can prevent you from crossing the border, from doing a lot of things. So why does this article make me so passionate? Well, you may notice what's ticking along the bottom of the screen, and that is essentially no need to buy a gun. Equip your vehicle with a Starline S9. It's better than a gun, and you won't go to jail. So what is the Starline S9? The Starline S9 is a piece of anti-theft equipment that we could have put in this person's Lamborghini, and he could have let the thieves steal the vehicle. He would have been able to remotely shut it down and get it back. Not only that, but the thieves wouldn't have been able to steal the Lamborghini because it had the Starline S9. It wouldn't have allowed them to essentially get into the vehicle. Now, with that being said, if you continue to read this article, you'll see they start talking to the neighbors, and they start to basically talk about the homeowner. And then they basically say images provided by the neighbors showed a tow truck had hooked up a black four-door Honda with its rear window shot out, and police seals on its doors being taken away as evidence. So it looks like the homeowner shot the car and not the thieves. So good on you, homeowner. You're not going to get charged with murder, but your charges for using a weapon against goddamn thieves is, like I said, going to get you more jail time than the actual thieves themselves. So what is, as I said, the Starline S9, and what could the homeowner have done to protect himself and not have gone to jail last night? Well, let me go to our website quickly, and I'm going to show you what the Starline S9 is, and then I'm going to talk about what the Starline S9 can do for you and for this homeowner to have protected himself. So this is our anti-theft system on our website. You can see here the Starline S9, and you can see we offer many different anti-theft options. All of these options would have protected the Lamborghini, whether he was using a Keytech Rider, a Starline E9, an S9, or an AutoWatch Ghost 2, they all would have protected the vehicle. But what makes the Starline S9 even more unique is the fact that it's a 4G LTE connected product. What does that mean? That means there is an app. And what does that app do? It keeps you in connection with the vehicle. What else can the app do? It can remotely shut down the vehicle. What does that mean? That means that this homeowner last night, instead of pulling out his gun and shooting at the thieves and now going to jail, could have called the police, said, hey, my Lamborghini is getting stolen. Please send an officer. He could have sat there and watched the thieves steal the vehicle or attempt to steal the vehicle, and he would have watched and he would have seen that the vehicle was not able to be taken. But not only that, he would have been able to honk the horn. He would have been able to turn on the lights. And if the thieves somehow were able to get the car started and drive it, which they wouldn't have been able to do being equipped with the Starline S9, but if they were able to do that, he would have been able to remotely shut the vehicle down as it drove away. Yes, the Starline S9 can safely and securely remotely shut your vehicle down. So in the case of Lamborghinis, this is what's happening a lot of times. These thieves are coming to your home. In this particular instance, this guy left the Lamborghini on the driveway. Hey, probably not recommended, but maybe his garage is full of stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's got more Lamborghinis in the garage. I have no idea why the Lamborghini was on the driveway, but who cares? It's his driveway. He can do what he wants. If he feels secure with leaving the car in the driveway, no problem. But this is what's happening. The thieves are coming to your home now. They're performing home invasions to steal your keys, or while you're driving these nice vehicles on the road in the greater Toronto area and even around North America, they are committing what are known as carjackings. And what happens when you get carjacked? A guy comes up to you with a gun and says, give me your keys. You give them the keys. They drive away with your vehicle. Well, the Starline S9 with the remote shutdown capability can safely, securely shut the vehicle down. So, that basically concludes this video. I was really ramped up when I read this because I know that this homeowner is going to go to jail longer than the car thieves. And listen, like my ticker says, there's no need to shoot anybody. Put a Starline S9 in your car. I guarantee you're not only not going to have your car stolen, but if you get carjacked, you can safely give the car to the thieves. You're going to get the car back. No problem at all. Not only that, there's so many other convenience features that the Starline S9 provides on top of the anti-theft features. I think it's a no-brainer. If you've got a car like a Lamborghini, a Rolls-Royce, a Mercedes, a Toyota, a Honda, any car, you should put a Starline S9 in that vehicle to stop the risk of this type of stupid things happening to you. My name's Jeff. I'm from Lockdown Security. If you or someone you know want to add a Starline S9 and not go to jail for shooting car thieves, give us a call, 1-866-824-4118, sales@lockdownsecurity.ca. You can look at this description down below. We'll put a link to our website. We would love to protect your vehicle or vehicles to stop this type of thing from happening to you. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this in the future. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.